Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, class. This is Professor Coyote. Welcome you back to our Let's Play of Europa Universalis for our Russia campaign. Now, I've got to apologize again here that the audio isn't quite matching up. Somehow Audacity literally lost the audio track from this episode. I'm not sure how. I recorded it. I even exported it so I could edit it. And then it went kaboom. Well, oh well. So what we're doing here is we are getting ready to go after the Ottomans. As you can see there, we got 100,000 to their 56. We're sitting there in Georgia. We're getting ready. They are actually a little bit busy right now dealing with Serbia, trying to take them over to make up for some of the losses we've actually taken out upon them. We are unfortunately on this. It's skating a bit on ice because they are a Tech 15 and we're a Tech 14. So hopefully with the manpower advantage, we'll be able to take care of this. So we're going to be able to call in the Mamluks as wonderful cannon fodder. I mean, our glorious friends, and the Commonwealth. So that should be able to provide a good check on them. But just in case, we're going to put in a 10 stack of mercenaries. Yeah, it should be mercenaries, but of course, you know, I ended up titling that wrong. Claims on our rivals! So we get a thing on Carbadia, which, great, we get a claim on a place we're already going to go after. Whatever, right? So, we're just setting up here, we're just looking around for Carbadia, even though you and I can both see it right now. So there it is, Carbadia. I believe that's a temporary claim, but we've both got Azov and Krim and a little bit of the Caucasus there as our permaclaims, which, of course, is great for us to basically just keep hammering away at the Ottomans without having to waste any more resources on them. So, we're just checking on things here, seeing how it looks. They are still fighting. We got a 32 stack there, which is just about most of their army. So that's always something to worry about, which means most of the other stuff is over there in Serbia or in Holland. Because that's the weirdest alliance, is Serbia and Holland. But anyway, let's go right into this war. We're going to bring in the Mamluks and the Commonwealth, and let's put Azov in that. Just what the hell. It really doesn't matter who we claim, as long as it's a claim that we can land on really easily. Let's see, check here. So Tunis, Najd, and Cyprus is in on this. Alright, we hit a little bit of confirmo button. We start our fun. We're going to send those guys down. We're going to take Azov there. And, you know, we're always saying, what we're saying that is that it's okay if the Commonwealth takes Kirim there. We're probably not going to keep it anyway. We're going to bring in this whole 60 stack, kind of juggle that around to meet that 32 in case it wants to come over here and play with us in Anatolia. But it looks like, yeah, they somehow jogged a little west. Not sure how that happened, considering they were... Oh, right, duh, there's a strait right there in Biga. Okay. It confused me earlier, but now I realize what happened. So, they hopped over from Biga to go play, but then we started a war, so whatever. So now we're taking Azov, and, you know, if the Commonwealth isn't going to take it, we'll take Kirim. Here comes that 32 stack now. So we got to juggle around. We got to juggle around. Maybe we'll meet them in Ankara, although that was a bit of a silly idea. I mean, there's a fort there for them. We might end up meeting them here. We're checking to see where they're going. Probably they're in Bozok, because they look like they're coming after that 20 stack in Amasya. So let's just meet them right there in Bozok. Unfortunately, I'm not quite at my best on that one, because I didn't realize until then that we took a river, we're kind of taking a river crossing. It didn't look like it was affecting us, but it still could have nailed us from Kathmandu. Because, yeah, there's that river there. And herp de derp. Unfortunately, my tactics need work. Luckily, we didn't take the river crossing, but it was still, they've got a nearly 1 point morale bonus on us and a 0.3 tactics. We got lucky that basically what happened is we shattered that, because it looked like it was two armies that had actually can come together. We shattered it a bit, so that's always good. So we just gonna kind of smack around. We'll send one group to Ankara and take it there. And unfortunately, because of the fact that it's got a 2-star higher morale, we've got quite a few people we gotta... So we're gonna have to stack up a lot, which means this is gonna eat up a bunch of that manpower we saved up. But, in the meanwhile, let's do a new military general and take another fort. We got Kirim there. These guys will probably go down. We'll leave it to the this 10 stack to fart around. Take some of the Caucasus lands. And we'll meet this 9 stack down in Erzurum. Oh, it may not. It might have to be in Shamshki? Shamshki? Somtshki? I don't know. Alright, so we're looking around here. Nice war there. It's bizarre thing was actually kind of lost on the line. We had to bail out before that other larger group. This is that higher morale, higher tactics issue going on this. Didn't realize how far that the Ottomans had caught up and passed us again. Considering the last 2 wars, we were taking advantage of other major issues that they were having. So we need to look into our tactics again before we go after the Ottomans. Next time. So yeah, but the good news is that we've gotten a fort on them now, and the Commonwealth has Constantinople. Looks like they're locking them down. So, I hope everybody had a good 4th of July for our American viewers. I'll be watching these fireworks here. Not quite wanting to lose the Patriarch Authority because that's kind of really useful. So we're going to have to end up, like I said, we're kind of blowing through a lot of manpower. It really sucks. But we'll move down here to another fort. After we can snipe some 1 stacks. Kaboom. Battleconia there. Well, looks like Georgia's got that 1 stack, although maybe the 22s are coming in. Except that was a bizarre thing. It completely ignored stomping a 6 stack. I'm not sure why the AI was thinking on that one. Because usually they look to stack wipe as often as bloody as possible. Alright, so you can see here that we are out of manpower completely. But we do have a 3-to-1 advantage on total men. Just from us alone. So we've at least got that slight look there. We've got a couple of forts locked down. Constantinople's about to get cleared. So we're doing pretty okay. That's what I could say, is we're doing pretty okay. We're not doing good. We're not doing bad. We're just doing okay. So we did take Krim, Kirim, which allows that 20 stack to come into play. Of course, mercenaries are always cruel, and at the time we were kind of starting to panic, so we're just gonna have to, fine, take that mercenary issue. Checking to see if there's any Streltsy, there isn't. We'll deal with that. I think we just said, we deal with that later, because we're starting to lose money, too. As you can see, there's like a little bit of bleeding of the Monet down as much as we can. This will get fixed later, as a sort of a spoiler alert for next episode. But as you can see here, the Mamluks aren't doing great. They're kind of getting smacked around by Tunis and a little bit of the southern Ottoman front. But we are at 17% with a medium, they call the slightly annoyed horse, as opposed to the sad horse. The Commonwealth is doing pretty good. They've managed to hold on to our best issues there, because they're the ones that have Constantinople. We're not gonna take Constantinople because I would end up giving it to them. I'm still a bit torn, because if we let them have the Bosporus, I don't think we want to do that. We'll look into that for future things about taking the Bosporus. I'm just not sure. It's just, I don't want the Commonwealth to get into Greece too much, because then it blocks us from going into Naples. And we don't want that. Anywho, got a couple of wars here, going there, everywhere. You know how it goes. Sorry, just checking on things close really quickly. Sorry about that. All right, so we're looking in on. See here, we got a siege to Aden, so we got another fort there. They are starting to murk up quite a bit, and we lost Aragorn as a rival, which is actually good, because that means they may not help Naples if they are still trying to look into getting to Naples. Or they might be trying to eat Naples, which might be that means they might be rivaling us that way. So we've got all of North, that's good. And looks like we got a bit of Anatolia. The Commonwealth is doing what they should be doing, and... Sorry, not Anatolia. Yeah, Greece itself. I think I called it Macedonia. Georgia's doing Georgian things. Yeah, and see what we're doing here. The Ottomans are about 3-2, so we're not going to get a lot out of them just yet. Their force limit, I don't know where they got that force limit from. Crazy go nuts. But at this point, we're kind of holding a lot based off of forts and a little bit of the land game that the the Mamluks did. Because there's still that crazy 35 armies floating around here with that 2-star general. No one wants to deal with him. Well, we got Georgia helping out there. Georgia's on our mind, and we got crossing the Bosporus. So more Commonwealth means more help. We're at a 33%, 34 with a sad horse, as I like to call it. The low enthusiasm is finally starting to creep up. We're just checking to see what Georgia's at. They've got 56 developments, so even if we give them a couple of territories, it won't be too bad. I don't think we did in this. We'll see. Portugal gets tea and sugar, but who cares about them? Alright, so there's that. There's another fort, and maybe we can grab that 9-stack and mush. Be nice to clear it out. I don't think we get it. Wow, our Commonwealth helping us? It allows the morale to at least come to almost decent. Get some cash there in order to help pay the mercenaries. And we do get a 9-point stack wipe, which was happy. Allows us to creep over more of Anatolia. And as you can see there, actually we've got Selanik. The Commonwealth apparently just gave that over to us, even though they took everything else. I don't know why. I think it's just because they didn't want it, and they couldn't core it, so they gave it to us. I'm not going to argue. So that's actually really nice, because you can see that does give us a leg into the Macedonian peninsula there. I know it's called different. I think it's just the Aegean Peninsula or the Greek Peninsula. We're pretty much well here in Anatolia, though. Eichel is about to go. And mostly just looking back and forth and back and forth. We're here in Mush with that half stack. Just trying to figure out things there. Yeah, I feel it's like giving commentary on a game that's already happened. Well, I mean, this is basically it. I am giving commentary on a game that's already happened. That's the problem with it when you lose your video, your audio files is, you know, you kind of lose that spontaneity and that pop, that kind of, you know. I would like to think that some people like hearing my improv at least a little bit. I know I need to work on it a little bit more. Anyway, let's check with 37% what we can start doing. Let's start doing that calculating. I mean, we want to try and cut them off from the Black Sea. It's not going to completely happen, but that would be fun. So playing around with this, and then seeing what we can split off, I believe. So we could take just Hundavendagar, Kosali, Bolu, and the like. But we kind of want to like Selanik. Because not only does that give a fort on the peninsula, but that means we can just push a couple of things west and then go hop over to Naples. I mean, theoretically, the next time we go over, we can just take those basically it's now literally 2 provinces in the way of us getting to the Adriatic. Ionic Peninsula, there we are, or Ionian Peninsula. Although I think that is specifically Sparta South, if I remember my geography correct. Maybe it's a Peloponnesian Peninsula. That's the problem is me being an American history major is my geography is great, but sometimes it's not perfect, especially when it comes to classics. Anyway, so we're seeing here, we could probably take these guys, and Kosale. Now, I guess it's Coca is great because that it gets us half of Bosporus, meaning we can just hop over to. They can't prevent us from going into Constantinople direct. Now we're just seeing here who we can split off, because splitting all them off has proved pretty well so far. Achaia would be fun if we could have vassalized them. Because then we just go up the Adriatic and boom, we're done there. I mean, we wouldn't even need to worry about fighting the Ottomans anymore. But I didn't. But at least at the time, didn't consider that. In hindsight, I probably should have tried that. But then again, we may not have been able to actually vassalize them anyway due to distance. I mean, we're running into that with with some of the other Turkish lands here. But we're thinking, just wiggling around, seeing what we can do. I think it was Germayan was our idea here. We split off Ankara and Hudavendigar. I'm sorry, not. Yeah, and that's the problem. That color is right with the other color, so it's it's not Hudavendigar. It's Ankara and Kütahya is Germayan. See, those two pop. We could take those guys and Kosaeli and Selanik. And we're trying to see there. I mean, yeah, we have the coalition of the Ottomans. And then maybe, because we peel those off, take those lands, and then, say, take some cash. That would probably be our best option, because it wouldn't get us in the war too much longer. Right now we're at 37%, so we need quite a few more votes for that. But, with our manpower evaporating, and their war against Serbia, I think, is complete. I don't know, I'll check it later. So we need some more forts and some more land. We're close on Eichel there. I still think it's Eichel. It's a carrot under the sea. I'm never quite sure. I don't know if it's a hard sea or like a schwa. So it's like Eichel. I think actually it is, at least in French, but I don't know in Turkish. If that's a hard C with a caret there, or like the French C with a caret. Yeah, I'm just blathering on about pronunciation, aren't I? So yeah, this is what we're basically doing the thing. Is taking cash, taking those 4, and then maybe peeling off another group. Forget the war reps. Probably should have taken war reps now that I think about it. Yeah. But we're 46 to Seat Horse. So, just trying to remember, I believe, yeah, it was Germayan. Not Epirus, but Germayan. It's Germayan, yeah, that we're going for. We only needed a few more things. So, and this was the true, what do we peel off and get all their cash? But if I remember, we're not going to end up with the cash? I don't remember. We'll find out. Duh. So we take Germain and then peel down the cash. With that, just leaves 9 votes. And that's, I think, that was our best option, to take that piece of land. Yeah, it's isolated, but it still gives us a toehold and a fort. So for here, it's just grab stuff. It's just naked, pure, carpet sieging land grab. To start arguing the points down. The AI is being smart with the Commonwealth, and I suppose here we could have also done things like peel off Cyprus and Najd, and maybe not Najd, but at least Cyprus to get us some more votes. But, you know, being what it is, like I said, it's running on time because eventually they're going to catch up with us on manpower again, and that's not good. No, okay, so you can see here Serbia is still actually not taken on this, but we're already starting to lose some land due to the backlash. So kind of had that ticking clock of we want to take as much as possible, but we don't want them to take stuff back. So you know how it goes. Let's just checking things here. Alright, so we've got Mirage there. That puts us at 47. 48. Everything up there is cleared. So it's largely just taking that... Okay, right, because... so 50 gets us that at one fort. And I think we're just saying there, blah, blah. You know, let's not even worry about any of those. Because Circassian land, we'll take it later. And we'll check with the 50. So, from here, because they were on the one fort... I mean, we were checking to see if we could take Azov as well. We could have. And I kind of regret that, is that we didn't take Azov because we got greedy. They kept taking loans to merc up. And that was where we were panicking. So, take no cash, we could have taken all the land. And split off the one, Germania. Germania? Germania? I don't know. It's probably Germania, that way it doesn't go like Germany. But, see, this is where they were sitting on Selenik, and if we wanted to keep Selenik, we had to give up on Azov. And then, you know, like, we can't get much cash out of him right now, but we didn't want to lose Selenik, because that means we would have had to go on and siege it down again. So, we got a bit greedy, and decided, hey, let's try to see if we can carpet siege a bit more at the meantime. So we got that 50%, which is right about the perfect. I'm surprised it didn't actually spit a treaty at us on this. Because usually it spits a treaty at about 40%. Actually, technically it spits a treaty about the time it start getting low enthusiasm, so you can get a treaty about in your 20s, even. That's when you know you got them. So let's check. We're just checking here, see if we can get any more cash. Nope, no cash. And that's kind of like what the last few bits of this is just like, agonizing and checking and rechecking and trying to calculate that. Just exact last kind of thing. Can we do this? We're at 52%. We're going to get 230 out of them? Or do we want to press your luck? You know, try to go for the, hope for against the whammies. Because Selenik there's at 0%. And, you know, obviously that means that you still have another tick or two. But the question then becomes, can we grab any more land in that tick? As the mouse wiggles there. Not that you're seeing any sort of pointer. But, so yeah, we decided to press our luck. 52% again. I don't know where that 0 came. It was a bit of a glitch. I think it was a glitch that actually... I think it was actually at 0, but the glitch put it to 21. I'm not sure. So we went through a tick and we lost the percent. We also lost our claim on Sweden, but they'll fix that. Now we can go down to 50%, and then they jump to 49, which that's when panic sets in. We don't want to lose Selenik. So if we lose all the cash, we get a little bit of an argument up to, say, 230. That's where we get it. So, what this does is this gets us a nice toehold in Greece. We have Macedonia. Selenik turns into Macedonia, obviously. And then we have we have half of Bosporus, and that's important because that makes for a very big grab on going straight hopping into Constantinople. So here we do is we're going to give a offer to Germion. Hopefully it's Germion, that's what it is. We can vassalize them, because if we can vassalize them direct, then we'll be groovy. We just got to throw some corruption in, and then looking down at Cardamon, I believe. No, Terramin. I believe it's Terramin. The purple country. Trying to see if we can vassalize them, because we would like to vassalize them, because it's half the point of peeling them off. So from here, it's trying to figure out, oh no, we've got like crap for manpower. Let's start dealing with some of that. In the background, it's kind of funny. I'm listening to kids hawk lemonade on our corner. Because we live in a corner lot, so we kind of get a lot of the traffic, and the kids are from down the cul-de-sac, which obviously it's a cul-de-sac, so it's a dead end. Who are they going to sell to? The same people you stare at every day? So, you know, I was trying to be nice. Hey, we'll let them do it on our corner, at least on the sidewalk. And so they had now been hawking lemonade for 3 straight days, which is kind of funny, but you know, whatever. It's July. What's more American in July than a hot summer day and and listening to you know, some kids selling lemonade? Anywho, so we have ourselves in a really good position. No Streltsy, but we can at least knock down some of the separatists, because we got those Finns there doing some things. And Arg, they don't want to be our buddies. I mean, they want to be our buddies, we're allies, but they don't want to vassalize. Boo. Alright, so we do Glasnov there. And we're crap on manpower. In fact, we're down to 60k troops. But the Ottomans, we did knock off at least like 40 development, I believe. And okay, and that you saw there really quickly. They still have not taken quantity ideas. They haven't even started it. It's bizarre. This is like the first time I haven't seen the. This is the first time I've seen the Ottomans below 200, and we are at the turn of the millennium. So we're almost. Well, actually, it wouldn't be the turn of the millennium, the turn of the century. So we're almost in the 17th century, and the Ottomans are still under 150 man force limit, which is crazy balls. I mean, and yeah, granted, well, even with the 50%, that would knock them to like 225 if they took it. So whatever. So what we're doing here, and this is, I know, I have gotten in so much trouble with corruption. Finally cracking colonialism, which knocks our tech down, and we finally get that Mill Tech 15. So we're still at about a, what, 20-something%, because printing press is, oh yeah, 40%. Because printing press isn't anywhere near us. We're starting to get, I think, in one province, and ironically, it's one of the provinces we took from the Ottomans. Yeah, it's right there. You see, Kosa Eli there is had embraced the printing press. So. Hey, we got one thing, and that'll hopefully go up our, go up like wildfire. We'll see. So we got the Mill Tech 15, so now we're caught up with the Ottomans that way. Still there. So, just I believe these last 6 minutes, yeah, these last 5 or so minutes is going to be just kind of poking at things. Our corruption's still below 7, so obviously we're at about that 10. We're well below that 10-point absolute red zone that you should never go above in corruption. One day I'm going to learn that lesson. But it's so nice to just get free money, but it's not free money. But yeah, the Ottomans are still at war with the Serbians after we take more land from them, which means the Serbian is going to be like a net loss. So Germion is like 19 votes away, and Mentasy, there we are, is 5 votes away from vassalization. So it's like, oh, there's got to be something we can do to make them vassalize. So we'll see what we can do there. I believe by the end of the episode, we still haven't vassalized them. I don't know. I'm going to look into it when we come back to episode 20. Because that's the problem also, is I recorded 2 straight episodes, which means I have to backtrack a little bit. So I know what happens next episode, and I know what happens this episode, so it's hard to, like, not give spoilers. At least next episode is just going to be another maintenance episode. You know, one of those cleanup, rebuild kind of things. But anyway, so we're at least getting the trade power from these guys. Germany will give us their trade power, and Mentasy will give us their trade power. So that gives us some more cash, some ready trading, which I'm thinking I might actually need to switch it from the White Sea to Constantinople. I'll look into that. But, so we got that going here, just kind of looking around, figuring out what we want to do. bit of a short episode here. Well, not a short episode, a bit of a long episode. Yeah, so they've cleared. So you can see here, Bosnia is unfortunately now being overrun by Austria. They were underrun by the Hungary, and they actually kind of won that war, but now Austria wants a piece of them. So we've got to check things here. With Macedonia, as you can see here, Avalonia and Kyrsiye, or Kyrsiye and Nyanya, and then hop that way. But but those are basically the best things we want to do. Is we want to try there, see if we can split off Albania and vassalize them, and then hop over to Naples, and then take Rome. Because at this rate, we probably can take Rome before 1700. And that is something that is really awesome to think about, especially because we basically have lost that other achievement, not that we were chasing for it, of grabbing the Siberian coast before 1600. So we are in an astounding position against the Ottomans. We need to keep at it. We need to keep tech. We need to keep our friendship with the Commonwealth. Maybe even actually start taking the Austrians as buddies. And then we can get onto the Adriatic coast, because that is our push. We need to get to the Adriatic coast so we can then go to Naples, and then we can just ignore the Ottomans from there, because we've already taken what we need from them. Not that we're going to, but... So yes, Russia now has a piece of Greece, and that is really something interesting. I believe we even will end up giving that piece to Georgia, because why not? It's Georgia. Yeah. So you can see here, we're actually going to save ourselves a couple of points by just granting, Kastamonu to Georgia, because we're just going to annex them soon anyway, before they get to 100. So, I mean, whatever. Here you go. Pfft. Have it for free. It's ever extension we don't need. And so we have Bolu and Kosili and Macedonia. So we are definitely gaining good ground on the Ottoman scourge. We should be able to get to Constantinople, West War. Who knows? Maybe we'll just take that completely. I don't know. We'll see. We only are just Edirne and Constantinople from combining. So anyway, I hope you have a very excellent rest of your day. And with that, class dismissed.